Hey guys, what's up? I'm Matt Stewart, and this is DIY Bass Fishing. I've got a few little tips and a few things you might want to invest in that's going to help, stretch your dollar for these big monster swim baits. Alright guys, first thing you want to know is, what is it? Well, this is a 8-inch Megabass Mag Draft. This was the lure that I had such great luck with over the spring. This is a great lure. You're going to want to cast and retrieve this as on a real slow retrieve, because if you don't, what'll happen is you'll get to where he'll roll all the way up on his side, if not upside down, if you try to retrieve it so fast. Okay, and one of the things that you're going to need to keep this lure on your line and not flying through the air and feeding squirrels is a good quality line. And I chose the P-Line Floro Clear in the 20-pound range. Now, Megabass suggests if you go larger than the 8-inch, which would be the 10-inch variant of this, you would probably want to go up to a 25-pound test. Let's move on to what knot I use.
Okay guys, the video before didn't really show the knot very well, but hopefully this one does you better. This one's going to be called the double Pitzen knot. I'm going to go in one side of the eye and then come back through the other, forming a loop. So I'm going to have my tag in and main line in one hand and my loop in the other. I'm going to draw a circle around one of my fingers and then go around the whole thing 3 times. 1, 2, 3. And then I'm going to come through the back of the loop I formed. And then I'm going to snug it up. Now this is where I would moisten the knot so that I don't burn up the line. And then I'm going to cover the eyelet like I do most any knot and cinch everything down to the eyelet. I'm going to be sure to snug up all the ends of my line from the loop that I have to my tag end to my main line. Now I'm going to separate my 3 tag ends, the 1 and 2 tag ends that form a loop, and then the actual single tag end. And I'm going to cut them close to flush. And as you see, that wasn't quite close enough, and there we go, trim those up. Now that's what you call a double Pitzen, and it's a very strong knot, especially for my bigger, heavier lures like jigs and things like that. So, and works really well.
What do you do with it afterward? Guys, do not just hook this onto your reel and throw it in the truck or throw it into your rod locker, because what'll happen is you'll wad this up, you'll cause permanent kinks in the plastic, and the fish will turn into a lame duck, not the tastiness of a limpy gazelle that the bass are looking for. So let's stick with limpy gazelle, stray away from lame duck. Found that out the hard way and had to heat the tail up and straighten it myself, which is way more difficult than you could imagine. So, rule 1, when you get done with it, set that puppy free. He's done a lot of hard work for you. So, cut him off. Is put him back in the clamshell. That's right, you're gonna save the packaging. So what you do is you buy you some of these. These are Scotch brand indoor fasteners. Does it matter that they're indoor because you're gonna use them outdoor? Absolutely not. These are outlasting the packaging clamshell. They're gonna be little Velcro dots. You're gonna peel off both sides, leave them together, and then you're going to put one there. I'm going to go with a few less than I did with that. With the first one, because I think I was going a little overboard on the fasteners. These things hold a lot better than I realized. So yeah, I'm going to stick one about right there. All right, so, and then you want to line up your sides and make sure everything's straight like Megabass intended, and then there you go. And that way, whenever you're ready to throw your monster jank catching toad hunter, it'll be ready and waiting for you, as true as the day you bought it, and just as Megabass intended. If you like the hard sealable case, this is the Plano 3700 deep. Doesn't really like to fit directly in there, so you have to trim it up. That's why I cut this one out, is so that they would stack in there. This is the Plano Z series wrap. It's actually a wrap, it's not a tackle box. This is what I found worked really good for my soft plastic swim baits, my large glide baits, pretty much any of my big, heavy, large lures. This was the absolute best option that I found, and trust me, I bought 3 of the big Planos. I tried a little of everything to make this work out, but this seemed to be the best option. So let's see, I can't remember how many I put in here, or how much stuff I put in here, but I tell you what, it replaced all of these into that. All of that went into this. So let's look at what we got here. We've got one. There's another 8 mag. There's 2 more mag drafts. 200S waver, another 200S waver, another 200S waver, another 200S waver. 7-inch Buka bull shaft. There's another 200S waver. There's a Biggs. So yeah, that's a lot. That's a whole lot of stuff. It has a clear plastic on the front that's nice and flexible and supple with a Velcro closure to keep them in place, as well as the back is hook resistant mesh, which is that rubberized like catch net rubber. That is why these baits have these little bait envelopes with them. Now the hooks will go through these and will gouge you and hang you and all kinds of stuff. Plus they'll hang up on the other lures. I was looking for the little hook keepers, the little plastic deals that go on them, but I came across these little H2O bait envelopes, and all my big baits fit in there real nice and snug, like so. And now they go in there. I don't have to worry about the hooks. I don't have to worry about them hooking each other. Another thing you're going to want to invest in is a bottle of Mend It. That bottle of Mend It's going to stretch the life of your lure 3-4 fold. What they sell at Bass Pro Shop is to super glue. Super glue is not for soft baits, especially these big swim baits. Paint that damaged area and then hold it back together. You have a repaired lure that continues to work right. It's going to allow it to undulate just like the original manufacturers intended, and not crystallize to a hard repair. These baits, they need to move. These eyeballs, they will come off. if you notice all the damage that this one has to the face, the damage to those eyeballs, they'll hit it in the face and they'll peel the eyeballs off of it. So a good idea is that when you first get that bait out of the package, get your Mendit and brush you on a little bit around that eyeball and brush it around the sides. This is gonna put a protective barrier around that eyeball, and it'll allow that bait to retain its eyeball for a lot longer. Alright, one more tip, guys. Those hooks that they come with, a lot of guys say they have trouble with them dulling. They're right, they will dull very quickly, but in my search for a replacement hook, I've found these. That is a Mustad KVD triple grip pin short shanked 3/0. That is a bear and it is expensive. This is a Rapala hook sharpener. That is like $3. Those are way more than $3. Keep that in your pocket, your hooks will never go dull. But trust me, those hooks are plenty strong to pull in whatever jank you end up catching. So don't worry about replacing the hooks. Guys, I hope that helps you out. Day's getting a little late, but I'm gonna jump in the kayak and hit this lake and see if I can catch another jank. And as always, tight lines, safe adventures, guys.